So I just wanted to come on this morning and talk a little bit about Mannings withdrawing from China and what that actually means. But just take a second to just look at this. What a glorious morning it is. It's absolutely freezing. It's like -8 probably at the minute. It's not quite as cold as it was before. But it's pretty icy underfoot, so I probably should be a little bit careful about where I'm going rather than just talking away to you guys. But yeah, let's get back to Mannings. Let me see if I can flip the camera. If I can do that. There we go. So, Mannings have now finally wound up their mainland China operations. And as you probably know, Mannings are like the leading health and beauty retailer in Hong Kong. So for quite a lot of outsiders, they see it that, Mannings should probably be really well placed for doing extremely well within the Chinese market. But things don't quite work like that. And having had several hundred outlets on the mainland for several years now, since like 2004 or something like that, they have now, as per the middle of January, closed down all of them. And also their domestic e-commerce operations. Yeah. And I think for a lot of brands, they underestimate this question between Hong Kong and China, because although legally Hong Kong is obviously part of China, that doesn't mean that from a marketing perspective that both of those markets are the same. And honestly speaking, if you have a strategy that works well in Hong Kong, it's highly unlikely to work exactly the same way in China. And Mannings have found that out in pretty much the same way. So, just look at this. I'm just going to give you a quick show of how glorious it is. You can be blinded by the sun on snow effect as well. So, what did Mannings get wrong? Well, I guess first of all, it was concentrating on having this kind of very Hong Kong style offline retail experience. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera, but I would rather not break a bone because I'm just walking on blank ice pretty much along the river here. And on top of that, they failed to recognise that China's consumers have just evolved beyond looking to Hong Kong and saying, yeah, that's got to be the best thing for us. Because that isn't the way things are at all. And these days, if you want to be successful in mainland China, then you really have to build a very omni-channel approach if you're going to do offline retail at all as a health and wellness brand. So that is something to bear in mind. And I guess the second part of it is that you have to recognise, and I guess most brands have these days, but the extent to which it is true is just so much more valid in China than it is anywhere else, that everything is driven by online short videos. So in China's case, that means Douyin, Xiaohongshu. And if you are not really driving demand there, then you're not going to be successful in the market. I mean, it is a valid point, and it is possible to do quite well with cross-border e-commerce and to drive brand awareness from that point, and to decide after that that yes, that is exactly where you're going to start your China brand journey from. But you have to be aware that that is actually maybe 5 to 10%, depends on your category a little bit, of the total market. So you're only addressing really one small corner of what's actually there as a cake, as it were. So I've had quite a few conversations recently with brands saying to me, oh yeah, we work with a guy in Hong Kong and he covers all of China for us. And I think that is just really, really short-sighted, because nobody, especially not if they're a really small company, can really cover all of China for you. You need to be working with a range of people, and you need to, first of all, actually understand that the Hong Kong market works in a very different way, because it's so small and so enclosed. It works in a very different way to mainland China. So yeah, if you don't actually have a specific strategy aimed at the mainland, then chances are you're going to burn through money pretty fast. So if you'd like some help on that, give me a shout, comment on this, and I'd be really happy to have a chat. The same principles also apply for Taiwan. If you're looking at entering into the Taiwanese market, then your strategy for Hong Kong or the mainland of China is definitely not going to be one-to-one suitable for working in the market. So if that's something that you're looking to work on in 2026, then you need to really think about it, how you can drive the demand, first of all, online through relevant social media, and you need to check each market individually for what is most relevant, and then thinking about how your sales channel policy is going to look. Anyway, that is about it for today, especially because my fingers are absolutely freezing holding this phone. So I will sign off there, having almost made it to the gym without killing myself on ice, and talk to you again soon.